What it do? What it do, man? Welcome back to BJ Did It Reactions. You know what I'm talking about? So we finna check out a clip from Irv Gotti, man, that he did with the Drink Champs, man. He's talking about how he can't. He's talking about how he can't seem to find love at 53 years old with a woman that he desires. And the woman that he desires, the woman that he was with most recently, was in her late 20s, I believe. But let me let Irv tell it.
I'm with me 100%. I just don't think it's out there. For me, 26-year-old Dominican, gorgeous.
You out here with Totones? Okay.
So she asked me for $25,000.
Damn. She's a real one. Let's make some noise for her.
$25,000. I was like, where did she get off asking me for $25,000? And then in the back of my head, I'm like, this is the tip of the iceberg. 100%. If she's my girl, that she gonna ask, I need 100.
Hermes.
Get all of this money for my family to have some bad come around and just start siphoning it out. That's never happening, yo. So that's why I don't think it's in the cards for me. I don't know if I could find someone who I'm going to be attracted to that's like a nice, good person.
Right.
And
so you're saying you got your guard up all the time?
You have to.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me speak on that, bro. Let me speak on that. So, all right, you got Irv Gotti, right? Music mogul. He got a lot of big art. He had some big artists in his back pocket, like Ja Rule and Ashanti, right? And so he's been in the music industry for a very long time. I would consider him a mogul because he's broke in a number of artists. And I know the music game is cutthroat. The music game is not one to be played with. You gotta be a motherfucker shark in the water when you in that music game, from my understanding. And based on people that I've known that's in the music industry that has done big things in the music industry, right? And so I want to acknowledge the fact that he says you have to be on guard. I think that's very important. You have to be on guard, which means that Irv Gotti is aware. He's very aware of where most modern, highly attractive women are in today's society, right? Based on the internet, based on social media, based on the access of what beauty can do for a woman, I feel like nowadays a lot of women, they're aware of their beauty. They're aware that there are a lot of guys out here in the game that don't really have game. There are a lot of guys out here in the game that's lame to the game, right? And so you got a lot of successful dudes out here who are dealing with these very attractive women, these very attractive Instagram models, these very attractive women just on social media in general. It don't necessarily have to be limited to Instagram, but it could be TikTok. Hell, it could be dating apps. It could be the woman that has the hookup at the hottest club in the city with the bar. I mean, not the bar, but with the bouncer at the front door. Or she knows the club owner, and so she can automatically get into those spaces. She can automatically get into the VIP areas, into the sections, right? And if she's if she's genuinely attractive like that, then 9 times out of 10, if they go into any hot spot in any major city, whether it be Atlanta, New York, I'm out here in Houston. The nightlife out here in Houston is crazy. It's always been crazy. Like the Houston nightlife, it's always something popping, right? Now, the South Side has always, in my opinion, now we're just speaking straight facts, the spots on the South Side have always had longevity when it comes to the club scene like that. And the spots on the North Side are kind of here one day, gone the next day, owned by different owners. And, you know, it's called something totally different on the North Side. But what I'm saying is the nightlife in Houston is always popping. And so if you a popping woman, if you popping like that, then a lot of times you kind of know people that's kind of, you know, whether it be the promoters, whether it be the club owners, the bouncers, whatever. So you can maneuver, you can get around with who's gonna be in the club and win. And so it's very easy for a very attractive woman to be able to have access to these club spaces, to these VIP areas, to these sections, as many clubs today have become all about sections, right? And if you one of the baddest in the spot, 9 times out of 10, you gonna be invited to that section to come and drink and party with the ballers, party with the VIPs, right? But Irv Gotti, he's 53 years old, right? Now, I've seen a lot of people making comments in the comment section like, oh, you in your 50s. Why you looking at somebody in your 20s? Oh, something wrong with you. Man, ain't nothing wrong with Irv Gotti, bro. Like, this man is probably a multi-millionaire, and that's rare. Even at 53. That shit is rare. So, he's had success in his life. And when a man has risen to that level of success, I feel like that man deserves the best of the best. And so if that man want a bad Dominican 26-year-old, then goddamn it, that man deserve a bad 26-year-old Dominican. Now, it all depends on what your motive is. I can say this. I can assume this. As you get older in life, you kind of want more stability when it comes to your routine and what you deal with, right? Like when you become a certain age, there's a whole bunch of you know what I'm saying, ladies in your rotation like that, man, that becomes like Irv Gotti, he's been in the industry, so you already know Irv Gotti ain't got nothing to prove when it comes to notches on his belt. This man he's had access to the baddest of the baddest, right? It don't matter if you love him or hate him. This man has had access to the baddest of the baddest. And so when you get to a certain point, when you get to a certain age, it ain't all about just smashing a whole bunch of chicks. It ain't all about just trying to get another notch under your belt. No, man, it's about companionship. It's about, hey, man, let me see where your head at. It's about being able to really connect with somebody, right? Because, hell, especially if you're a millionaire, you can go out and get that fun one night shit. You know, all the fun shit, man, you got access to that all day long. But after a certain time, man, you have to be able to stimulate a man's mind. You have to be able to, you see what I'm saying? Like a man who ain't out here, a man who has been successful for the majority of his life, a man who has had access to a certain caliber of women for the majority of his life, that shit don't impress him no more, bro. Now, yeah, you want a bad chick on your side. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If if you're on a certain level, Irv Gotti is still somewhat in the public eye. You still want a trophy on your shoulder. Jay-Z got Beyonce. What I'm saying is, at a certain point in time, when you have had your fair share of these 304s, and you've had your fair share of groupies, and you've had your fair share of women, it becomes more than just, and I'm just assuming, this is just my speculation. I could be wrong in the motherfucker, but I'm just telling you what I see. I'm telling you what I got out of this small minute-long clip, right? You want to have somebody you can connect with, man. You want to have somebody you can have a conversation with. You want to have somebody that can give you some new ideas, that can stimulate you mentally. Yeah, I done had a whole bunch of women. I done had hundreds of women stimulate me physically. Hundreds of women. I ain't talking about me personally. I'm talking about somebody that's on Irv Gotti level. So you got to come with more than that, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking like I'm 53. I still got these M's, but I'm looking for somebody I can connect with. Somebody, come on, man. I'm trying to go travel around the world on a yacht. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to bring a broad who out to get me, bro. Because you got to be careful of that. You got to be careful about some of these women that get flued out by you. You got to be careful of that, because I'm going to tell you this, man. You got whole rings of women out here that sharing the knowledge. You got rings of women out here sharing the game about how to come up off brothers that's out here, or men in general that's coming up off men out here that's really doing it on a certain level, especially men that's in the public eye. You got women that out here that they tailor their game towards hooking a man like that, and they have different techniques and they have different ways of getting the bag out of a man, whether it be from getting knocked up from that man, whether it be from just running game and trying to play the part and gradually increasing the amounts of money that they're asking for. Like, there's groups of women, there's literature out there, there's women out there that's teaching classes to women of a certain level of how to get a bag out of a man like Irv Gotti. And I'm pretty sure Irv Gotti is wary of this. I'm pretty sure that this man know that this shit exists. He ain't no dummy. That's why I respect what he said. You have to be on guard. You can't be just so into yourself to the point where you like, damn, this woman, she just love me for me. Because a lot of times you got many very beautiful women out here who lack personality and lack substance. Not all. Some, but all. I always like to put that category out there. You have some, but not all, of a certain caliber of women out here who they're not looking for a connection. Especially a very beautiful woman that's 26. She probably has Irv Gotti and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other dudes that range from NBA to NFL to MLB to back end. You know what I'm saying? A woman on a certain level with a certain amount of beauty, with a certain amount of game, they got a whole little Rolodex in their phone, right? They got a whole Rolodex in their phone of Irv Gottis and stuff like that if they on a certain level, and especially if they popping on the internet. So they trying to extract resources. It's called Operation Extract Resources. And look, I get it. A lot of people gonna say, well, Irv 53, she 26. What you think? It's gonna be pay to play. You gotta pay to play. And I'm pretty sure when you get to a certain level, you like, all right, well, hey, I understand pay to play. I'm just trying to get what I'm trying to get, man. And then it is what it is. We're going to have fun. Hey, this my fun girl. We chop it up every now and then. And then she go on about her business and I go on about my business. I'm not worried about what she doing, right? And she ain't worried about what I'm doing. She come and get that bag, but I don't give a damn if you a multi-millionaire or not. 25 racks is a lot of bread. So you know, and I don't know for sure, but if I had to assume she played the game the right way. She started with something small. She probably started buying Irv Gotti some little ties, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some ties. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe some Gucci boxers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Start buying him some little small stuff, and then maybe she asked for something small like a car payment, then a rent payment, then it went up to a bag, and then it went up to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole circle of women out here who teach women the game too. You got to understand that, bro. And they target cats like this. But Irv Gotti ain't no fool. I don't believe this man is no fool by the stretch of the imagination, man. Whether you love or hate this man. You know what I'm saying? The game is to be played. You know what I'm talking about? Either you gonna win or you gonna lose, man. And especially when you dealing nowadays, a beautiful woman, they know their value. They know that there's a simp. They know that there's a man out there who will pay for their company. And won't have no shame about it. It's too many of them out there. That's why the game continues with shit like this. I don't think it's enough strong men out here to say, hey, we need to change the culture of this shit. Because you got a whole bunch of women out here and how a man is wired naturally. How human nature wired a man. We love to look at a beautiful woman, bro. A lot of men are fascinated with a beautiful woman, especially one that's especially one that knows how to move. And you know what I'm saying? Stroke our ego. And they run that game. But at the same time, they running the play. They understand the mission, right? That's just like that movie Casino. How many people remember Casino? Y'all remember that chick? I think her name was Ginger. Don't quote me. It's been a while since I watched that movie. But y'all remember Robert De Niro's, the chick that he married, she was dealing with like this low-life pimp. And she was well known around Las Vegas, right? And so she had all the connections. She was able to get in pretty much wherever she wanted to get in. And she did what she had to do to stay up in that loop and get her bread. Robert De Niro, he didn't give a damn. He said, hey, man, come fuck with me. I'm going to make sure you good. She ain't really just fuck with Robert De Niro's character like that. But he was a bag. She had kids with the bag. But what happened in the end? If you ain't watched Casino, go back and watch it. What happened in the end? You can't settle. You can't let a woman that's about her bag and not about you stay around you like that. Especially not marry him. Right? So, hey, I popped my collar to Irv Gotti, man. At least he understood what it is. Bro, you just got to keep on moving, bro. You just got to keep on moving. That's just the time. That's just the times we in right now, bro. And it's hard when you're looking for love. Because a lot of times you find love when you ain't looking for it. So I hope this man find what he looking for. I just wanted to give my opinion on it. I seen a lot of other people's opinion on it, but just when you really think about it, man, think about what I said. Think about what Irv said, and just think about where we are at right now when it comes to relationships and dating, man. So that's it. I'ma holler at y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna get with you on the next one, right?